everyone. Welcome to the 19th episode of the Fandom Flux podcast. Once again, I'm your host, KCW, as always. With me this week, we have Slicinus.
Hey.
Kenchi.
The Shaman of Sexy.
Every time. He does it every time. And Zero.
The Sleeping Avenger.
Yeah.
Slept way too long.
Yeah, way too long. Like 50 minutes after we were supposed to start recording. Zero.
Sleeping Avenger.
I'm getting used to things going drastically wrong when recording this podcast, so it's okay.
It's fine.
So,
it's fine.
Yeah.
At least you had time to come up with topics.
Time that we apparently needed. We were really struggling this week. I don't know why. Everyone was kind of out of it, I guess. So, we got just a list of random crap this week. We did a bunch of fanfiction stuff last week, so, you know. We're just going to take it easy this week, I think. So, we got first topic, as always, what we're doing. What are we doing? Start with Slicinus.
Well, two things this week, actually, only. My Xbox is officially bricked. I got it working for a while, and then it didn't work. Now it's dead for good. And last thing is a little serious. It's heartbreaking almost. With the lack of room due to Steam stuff, I had to start trimming my porn folder. I figured 700 gigabytes is a little much, so...
Whoa!
I'm sure he was joking. No, that's not a joke. I'm not exaggerating.
I'm just gonna check something.
Yeah, that's been my week. It's been heartbreaking. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's a hard time all over. A hard time.
You're
26 gig. Just checked myself.
That's it.
Well, if I don't watch it, then I don't leave it on my computer. I get rid of it.
No,
so, you know.
You didn't have 700 gigs of it. Did you really? What?
I really did, actually. I don't delete anything.
God.
Considering my connection, that's even more impressive.
It is, actually. Now think about it. Yeah, that's a good point.
How much time did you have to invest to download all of that?
Well, I got this computer 4 years ago, so there you go.
4 years of...
Wow. I'm not even gonna... I was about to tear you apart with that kind of... I don't know. I don't want to say impressive. But it's something.
Yeah.
It's achievement unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. No, the achievement is when it gets to a terabyte. Then.
Oh, yeah.
That's an
Well,
achievement.
I have a terabyte of space, so if I filled it up completely, I would never room for anything else. Even, like, anti-spyware stuff, which I need.
Because you download so much porn.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep it up to date, like, every 15 minutes.
Do you have it in, like, neat folders?
No.
Categorized?
God, no.
Really?
Mess.
I've got 26 gig and I organize it, at least a little bit.
Yeah, when you have 40 times that, telling me how easy it is to organize.
Okay, back up.
You even organize it?
No,
How would you find
actually.
anything you were looking for?
I don't.
Title, I guess.
He doesn't find what he's looking for, but he uses what he finds.
Yeah, I guess 700 gig, you're going to find something in there eventually that you want to watch. For reasons.
I downloaded it for a reason, so it must be good. There you go. That's my week.
I don't know. I mean, usually I just look at the thumbnail and think, okay, I'll give that a go, and then download it and think, oh, this is shit, so I just delete it. So, that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we talking about Slicer? What else have you been doing this week? Anything?
Literally nothing. That's it. Constant break and then porn.
Lots and lots of porn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough porn to fill up a 1969 hard drive. 10 times over.
10 times 1969 hard drive. They had like 4 meg on those. You can fit one file of anything in his folder.
Slicer, your ancestors would be proud of you.
Sure.
They call you a witch.
That is entirely possible.
Alright.
I have no idea where this conversation is going. Someone take over.
Okay.
What are we doing? Fucking... Zero. Don't spend the next half hour talking about your game, please.
Okay, so basically what I've been doing this week, ever since Sunday, is spending every single waking moment on making the Fandom Flux Final Flux game. And I think that we should probably put it up on the Blogspot page, because I want people to play it and give me their feedback, you know?
Okay, well, I can put it in the link dump.
Tell me what they think of it, what they're really, you know, what sort of things they want in it. And, you know, it's really in its early stages right now, so a lot's possible.
Hmm.
Other than that, I've been doing really nothing at all. Trying to find sleep.
Yeah. Sleep's nice.
I guess.
Alex. What do you mean you guess? Sleep's the most amazing thing in the world.
It really is.
It's wasted
If I could be asleep right now, I'd be asleep right now if I could be asleep right now.
You want to sleep?
But I'm recording a podcast, so...
Yeah.
And I'm hosting a podcast, so I kind of need to be here and awake. Damn it. Alright. And... Kenchi can go next, because mine's going to take a while.
All right. So, in addition to updating Better Left Unsaid this week, I have been working repeatedly 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. shifts at my TV station. Those are dog day shifts, dude. Because I'm writing for like 2 hours worth of news, and it's rough. And I learned something. The news is a fucked up business.
Yep.
Because only in news will you hope for something bad to happen.
Yep.
So that you can go and talk about it.
Yep.
Like, for example, this is one of the tamer things I did this week. I wrote a story about some dude who tattooed 2 preteen girls. Just forcefully tattooed them. I don't even understand how it happened. And apparently it took some time for teachers to even notice that this had occurred.
Where were the tattoos? Do I want to know?
I don't know where they were. I'm hoping they were like the dude, the police dude that was giving the interview, or one of the interviews, said she said he grabbed the girl's arm and tattooed her arm. I was like, so how long? Why did it take you so long to figure out she had been tattooed in school? Like, really, dude? Like, I don't know. But
Tattooing people.
Yeah. That's like the tamest story.
Yeah.
And let's see. Other than that, something interesting happened. Some dude, what was his name? I'm probably going to butcher his name. It's Vinay Shenoy. Like Vinay Shenoy. That's like his real name. He asked me to, like, because he wants to create a game. And he's asking me to, like, write the story for the game when he gets everything, like, how he wants it to play and everything all ready. So I'm going to be doing that.
He wants you to what? Your mic cut out.
Oh, he wants me to write the story for that game.
Oh, all right.
In addition to someone else that wants me to, like, write the dialogue for, like, a graphic novel they're going to do.
What's a graphic novel?
I don't know. He's still working on it, but... Like, he's been talking about it for a while, and he's been keeping me up to date on it when he's not really that far into it. I'm like, get me some idea of what characters you want and everything, and I can start doing that. What kind you want the personalities to be like, things like that, and I can give you some stuff.
You can't really do anything until he's got the concept down. So, you've... Is everyone still here?
Yeah.
Quiet all of a sudden. Yeah. So, I guess you've learned the no news is good news thing, I guess. Right?
Apparently.
Yeah. That's what it means. In case anyone was wondering.
Makes me sad inside to go to work sometimes, but it's such a cool job.
The pay is great, so there you go.
Well, it's better than $7.25 an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Kenchi? Is that it?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, as for what I've been doing this week, that job center thing, my benefits of the ruling's been overturned, so I get money again. Yay!
Oh, great.
Yeah. They were very understanding. I was very thankful on the phone because, you know.
You need to not die.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, people on benefits in this country have been considered, scum of the universe for quite some time because that's the people the government want to target, the people that are costing about $1 billion compared to like pensions and all this other stuff that costs $150 billion.
Well, worst case scenario, we could start up a Save Casey website and do like a donation type thing.
That'd be nice, but the thing is, anything that I would earn from that would be deducted from my benefits.
Oh.
So basically, I would have to report it and then say, this was the money that I technically earned this month, and then they would deduct that from my benefits, so I wouldn't get that anyway. It would do absolutely nothing. Same thing would happen if I was to try and monetize the Blogspot page, or if I tried to do a YouTube thing and monetize that. I would have to declare it, and then it would be deducted from my benefits.
So basically, before we monetize anything, you need to get a job.
Pretty much, yeah. I hate my life. Anyway, well, most of my life. This part's kind of cool, and the writing's kind of cool when I, can. Aside from that, I played some games this week.
Yeah.
So I bought Nier. People may remember this game as the one where Laura Bailey plays foul-mouthed hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
I do distinctly remember that, yes.
I remember that.
I will be linking the monologue that she does in that. She does a monologue in like the intro, cutscene, like when the game starts up and it does the big cutscene and it does like clips from the game. It starts with a blank screen and then just her doing this monologue over it, and it is.
Glorious?
It's pretty spectacular, and
I'm looking it up right now.
She's really angry in that monologue. I mean, it's Laura Bailey. This is the woman that's done, like, Rise, the cute Genki girl in Persona 4, or she played Lust in Full Metal Alchemist, both versions. So she did the sexy voice.
Okay, keep it.
And she was, what's her name, with the pink hair in Final Fantasy?
Lightning?
Yeah, sure. And she was... I'm trying to think, but I can't think of anything else. She was the boss. She was the female one voice for the boss in Saints Row 3 and 4, which was kind of awesome. Her being a badass. That was cool.
So what's the game called? It's...
Nier. N-I-E-R. If you YouTube search Nier opening monologue, it should come up. Yeah, so I played that game for about 12 hours. Finally met that character. I thought I understood Laura Bailey's angry voice in, like, Saints Row, and, nope. That's an angry character.
Do we need to get the paper towels or something, or what's happening here?
No, it's like the first time you meet her, she's like been ostracized from her society because she's hermaphrodite. Spoilers, but first time you meet her, she's fighting this big shade thing. Shades being the enemies in the game, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck away from me!" for the entirety of the fight.
She sounded very angry. I just watched that.
She's very, very angry in that game. Yeah, so Laura Bailey, I'm not entirely sure. When you think of voice actors...
Oh, I remember what Nier is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. I saw part of that before. I know what Nier is now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. When you think of voice actors, you tend to think, like, can do all these different voices that sound completely different, and you think, like, cartoon voice actors that do all sorts of different voices. Like on The Simpsons, where they have, like, 6 cast members, and they do all of the characters in Springfield. Laura Bailey, I would consider more like a traditional actor. where she just has a wide range of personalities, but just the same voice for all of them.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
And I really love her voice. Yeah.
There's a reason why your ultimate skill in the game is called the Voice of Bailey.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
That happened.
So Nier is a fun game. It's very underappreciated. I think people should give it a look. Also, the thing with Nier, they did 2 versions of the game for different markets. So the Western version, the Eastern version is your typical Bishonen fare, where it's like a brother looking after his little sister who's very, very sick and dying. And the Western version is a dad looking after his daughter who is sick and dying.
Uh-huh.
So, it's very strange that they did that, but the thing is, you don't actually see a lot of games that have that plotline, the Western version, where it's a dad looking after his kid.
Mm-hmm.
As the protagonist. You don't see that very often. I know you see that all the time in films and stuff, like, oh, I've got to save my son or daughter who's, like, been kidnapped or whatever.
Yeah, but in games...
it doesn't happen, because it's a different audience, I guess, because the audience for games is usually considered to be like the 18 to whatever demographic, where they don't have kids, so they don't really understand that.
Yeah, they make the protagonist younger to, make them more relatable. Which is why, having a character that's older, that has a daughter, and is trying to protect her, that kind of has a relatability on its own level, but, it's not very well done off.
Yeah, it's not a traditional market kind of relatability, so I found that really interesting, especially considering the character is kind of a dick to other people. He is warm and caring to his daughter, but to everyone else it's like, I will do whatever it takes to make sure my daughter is safe and lives a long and happy life, and to hell with anyone else.
I like that.
He'll kind of do odd jobs around the village and stuff, but only because that coincides with his goals of looking after his daughter. If he could do better by fucking all of them over, he would.
I've seen some people, and what they do in The Walking Dead is they like Clementine, the little girl character that's kind of like Lee's daughter in the Walking Dead game. They basically what they do is they just make sure that everything's done for her. Like in the sequel where you actually play as her. People are like, I'm going to make sure she never trusts anybody.
Okay.
She's not getting close to anyone. She's like my daughter.
Okay. Please try not to spoil The Walking Dead for me, because I haven't played it yet and will be soon. We'll be talking about that on another podcast. Someone asked about it, and I do want to play it, so we'll be talking about it when I have.
I played
I don't
it,
spoil it, and I'm selfish like that.
Just doesn't like being spoiled.
Yeah.
For a game that's been out for way too long.
Yeah, well, I don't care about the show, I don't care about the comics, so this is apparently an amazing thing that I need to see and play through, so...
To be fair, the entire point of the first season, the one that's out right now, is making sure Clementine has learned a valuable life lesson. That's like that's it.
Okay. Great.
No, it's better than just that, though. It's a lot better than it sounds.
Okay. So, other than Nier, I played another game that has been on my hate list for quite some time, just on the principle of the thing alone. That would be the remake of Devil May Cry.
DMC?
Yeah, the one with the lowercase m. Because that's important for some reason. Yeah. I hated that game just on principle, because they made the character changed from a parody, super ridiculously badass kind of character. It was a parody, so it kind of came off as really stupid and camp. But now they've made him sort of a drugged out trailer trash piece of shit that no one would like, respect, or admire at all.
Pretty much.
That bothered me just on the surface of it, and I didn't want to play that game because of that. Now that I have, I spent it was on sale for a tenner, and I bought it pre-owned, so the developers get nothing from me. Fuck you guys. It's one of the very rare occasions when I actually say something like that, but, yeah. So, I dislike that game now for an entirely different reason. The characters are still shit, but, like I said, the original series had kind of an element of parody to it. Like, everything was ridiculous, and everything was just on the edge of not quite being serious. So, like, there's that famous, quotable, terrible, terrible red line, like, I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Yeah,
the first game.
Yeah.
That was terrible, but I think it was pretty much intentionally so. Taking the piss of that ridiculous, overdramatic bullshit that you get in anime and, games like Devil May Cry. But, all of that's gone from this one.
Yeah, DMC redundancy is played badly straight.
It feels like it's just completely played straight, and there's no humor to it. It's all just, hey, this guy's kind of badass, even though he looks like a douchebag that I would never want to talk to. So, let's be badass and fight all these demons and stuff and things. And, I'm having this dramatic moment when I recollect on my past and who my parents were and how my mother died so tragically at the hands of this demon. I must get revenge. But it's all played straight, so I've seen that story played straight thousands of times, and it's boring at this point. The fact that it was made fun of in the original series was what made it fun. It was so ridiculous and over the top that it was entertaining that way. So
they mistook people buying the game a lot for people caring about the characters or the story or whatever.
So I'm not going to call that a disappointing experience because I had no expectations going in. The combat's kind of fun, I guess. They made the combat system a lot more streamlined, so it's easier to get decent ranks when you're fighting and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's really easy to get S's instead of, D's that I was getting in other games.
Yeah, you really had to work for those combat bonuses in the original games, and now it's just kind of do this move, then do this other move, then do this other move, then do the first move, then the second move, then the third move, then the first move, and pretty easy. So, yeah, that was Devil May Cry. I didn't like it. Shame. Then I read Slice's recommendation from last week, or possibly the week before. I don't know. It was the one I last listened to, so it was probably the week before. NBH.
That one, yeah.
Which is kind of a horror fic, only it doesn't quite do the male fantasy thing.
Not really.
Like most harem fics do, where there's a harem, but no one is happy about it at all. Everyone in that situation is completely fucking miserable for varying reasons. So, yeah, that was something to read, I guess. I guess I liked it, kind of, even though it was kind of depressing.
Did Yugoi piss you off as much as it did me? Or Yugoi, whatever.
Yugao?
Yeah, her.
Yeah. I don't think I paid that much attention to her. She was, a mentor character, and that was about it, I guess. I don't really remember anything else she did. So. Then I read the other one that Slicer recommended, which was Fate Revelation Online. I know some about Sword Art Online. I didn't read the books, but I watched the first half of the anime that it's based on. I know absolutely nothing about Fate Stay Night, except for summoned heroes from Legends and stuff. That is a hard read. It's exhausting to read that when you've completely got no idea of the systems that are being talked about. All this generate odd and stuff and prana and all this weird magic system stuff. That was confusing on many levels. So, I enjoyed it, I guess. It was strange. It's very slow, as in they've got to the 5th floor and they're 30 or 40 chapters in.
Damn.
So, 5th floor out of 100.
It's a slow one.
Yeah, well, 6th floor technically, I guess, because they just finished the 5th floor boss. But, Yeah, they go through every single boss in that story. Or they have so far. That's slow. So unless they really pick up the pace at some point, then that's going to take a long time to finish.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I guess, but yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it, I guess, but I don't know whether I would enjoy it more if I had have known the source material better. I don't know. Alright, so that was what I did this week. I ingested media.
Sounds yummy.
Pretty much it. Yeah, it was not so much. I think I got indigestion a few times. But I'm Tish. Alright, so that's what we've been doing. That was a lot of stuff that I've been doing. And then everyone else had, a few sentences to say. Okay, I dominated that one. Whoops. So next topic on the list. Kenchi's suggestion, because we were really struggling for topics. I'm not even joking. Action movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do people know about action movies? Because I've been out of the loop for the past, 10 years or so.
For some reason...
explosions and then random sex. There you go, there's your movie.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a sucker for movies with no plot. That are just violence and explosions.
They're nice to zone out with. Just sort of you're watching it not for the plot. You're just watching to see oh, I wonder if that guy's going to need his head sliced in half. You know, it's really you've got some movies which provide deep questions and thought and are very provocative like that. But then you've got some movies where you're just I've had a long day of work. I just want to see some crap blow up.
Fair enough.
And that's what action movies are for. It's the same thing with action games. I kind of want to mention the Dynasty Wars series. I haven't really played it before, and I've seen of it. It's basically you've got tons of enemies around, and it's a mindless beat 'em up. Sort of.
Yeah, I spent 3 months basically looking for a beat 'em up like that was not Dynasty Warriors.
Metal Gear Rising is very good at just being able to mindlessly beat up people.
You can completely ignore the plot. You can skip every cutscene.
Yeah, you can. You can just
probably better
crap out of people, and it's fun. You got awesome music, and you get to do tons amount of damage. I remember there was an old Incredible Hulk game too. That was fun. You could basically run, and you could destroy buildings and throw cars at people, and it was fun.
All right.
Action movies. They are, in terms of quality. I want to mention.
They have quality.
That they have a certain quality to them. You've got some movies which are Die Hard, which is very good. It has a lot of action, things that really shouldn't really make that much sense at some points, but it's very good and very well loved. And then you got some movies which go underneath the radar. Can't think of any specific examples right now. You got any Kenchi movies that kind
Sharknado?
Sharknado is not an action movie; it's a disaster movie.
That's an action movie. You watch it for the spectacle, not for yeah, deep plot and characters in that film.
One of my favorite action movies is Shoot 'Em Up. I love that movie. Because it's retarded.
Yeah, it's the thing about an action movie is you don't have to have a great plot. You don't even have to have good characters.
There was a 6-minute gunfight scene when he was skydiving. That's
what
my
else
kind
could
of
you
movie.
want? It's action. Now, if we were to translate that into writing a fic, an action fic, that wouldn't work out as well, in my opinion.
I think I've seen that done as parody before, but yeah, it doesn't work out great.
You don't get to see the explosions and the head chopping off.
Yeah. Tell you what. Favorite action movie star? this is generally where you find action movies that you get a marquee name and then just put something around them. So, favorite one?
That's hard.
And you got Schwarzenegger, you got Seagal, you got Jean-Claude Van Damme, you've got Vin Diesel, you've got Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone.
I would say Schwarzenegger, but I think Vin Diesel still wins just for more camp. Unintentional camp, probably.
Does Chuck Norris count in that?
Not really.
So.
Kinda.
Was he in enough films to be considered an action movie star?
I mean, they were kind of B. They were totally B rank, but
I'm kind of gonna have to go with Bruce Willis on this. He's just got that, like, epic, unsatisfied face.
Okay.
Well, you're like, okay, he's going to kill some things now. All right, finally. Schwarzenegger, I really can't take him seriously after I've seen some movies like, that Christmas movie he was in.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Every time I see him, I just can't help but think, put that cookie down!
No one can help but throw. No one's gonna throw my boy Nicolas Cage in there.
Nicolas Cage, I forgot about him.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't count. He's not in action movies. He's a national treasure.
He's in action
National
movies.
Treasure isn't action enough for you.
It's not action enough.
What about Face Off? That was an action movie.
Yeah, Face Off, like when he took the dude's face off and put it on his
Yeah.
own face, and somehow got his hair to go along with it.
Off. Face off. Face off. That was a scene. Damn it. Yeah, Nicolas Cage is something. I think my favorites would be probably a toss-up between Van Damme, because I grew up on his films, or, fucking bullshit spin kicks that he always does, and the impossible stretching scenes that he ends up doing in every film. It's weird. But, yeah. And Vin Diesel. Because, as always, I'm a sucker for a badass voice.
I like Sylvester Stallone as Rambo. That's just me. Because that movie was that was over the top, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think every action star ends up with that classic, I guess. Except for Van Damme, he didn't really have one.
The last Rambo that came out, the last scene was like basically just 10 minutes of them killing like 10,000 Vietnamese people in every way possible.
Rambo. You make our hearts glad with your senseless violence.
Well, when the war's in your blood, sometimes killing's as easy as breathing.
Quote.
I'm assuming that's a quote. I haven't seen Rambo.
I like Jet Li, but I'm starting to like Tony Jaa more now. I like physical action.
That makes sense. Given your pastimes, yeah. Yeah, I'm not so much a fan of martial arts films. I don't know why. They just rarely grab me.
Watch a Bruce Lee movie. One fact I heard was that Bruce Lee, while recording one movie, he did the scene where he had to kick a guy, right? Instead of flying. He accidentally kicked the guy so hard that he sent the guy flying into the cameraman and broke the cameraman's ribs.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty awesome, I think. Yeah.
I guess. That's one way to... Okay.
That's a dedicated cameraman.
It's a dedicated cameraman that's a sloppy martial artist, is my opinion.
Yeah, he might have been having a bad day, forgot to get some coffee, and maybe he was stuck in traffic all morning, and he was like, you know what, when I really kick somebody, I'm going to really kick somebody.
Yeah, I guess if it's Bruce Lee, he must have had a bad day or something, because he's like, supposed to be super awesome or something. I don't know martial arts at all. I'm talking out of my arse at this point.
I like Crank. Crank is the epitome of action movie.
It is.
Yeah,
it really
plot.
is.
No plot.
The entire plot is more action. That's it.
The entire plot is do things that are violent that make you excited or you die.
Yeah.
Which is the most awesome lazy writing ever.
What was that? Those two movies that had all the action stars that were
Expendables.
Expendables. I was gonna say
Expendables, yes.
That's a cartoon.
Replaceables.
Yeah, that's action. What's the plot? There's a plot. What are we doing? We're killing people. Hey, you know what would be cool? What? Let's throw in Chuck Norris, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Willis. So then they've got pretty much every single action star in one movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I didn't know Terry Crews was an action star, though.
He is now.
Apparently.
Like I
Okay.
think they're making a third version of that, which will have more action stars.
Okay. So that's that topic. That happened.
Yes, it did.
Guess we'll move on to the next one. The console war. Because we had no topics. I'm not...
Slice's
Yeah.
Xbox died. And I think
Yeah.
that's funny. Because every single
Like even the
PlayStation I've
PS4.
ever had, every single PlayStation I've had since 1998 still works perfectly.
Yeah, I originally had a PlayStation 1, and then I have a PlayStation 2. Now I got PlayStation 4. Missed out on 3 because a friend had an Xbox, and I was like, I want to play Xbox with that dude. Wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much the only reason I got a PS3 was because the PS3 had Ratchet and Clank on it. Which is a good series.
That hurt me that I didn't get to play that. Because I played all the other games.
One of them was good, the other one kind of sucked. And then there was the middle thing that was just DLC. There was those games, and I also wanted to be able to play PS2 games. So I spent £350 on the original PS3, like 5 years after it came out. Kind of worth it, because I played Persona 3 on it, and Persona 4. So, yay. But,
I'm going to have to get the PS3 for freaking Persona 5 if they don't move that to PS4. Which probably not going to. They're not.
What's Persona 5 going to be on? Do we know yet?
PS3.
PS3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Someone's wheels just started turning.
No.
I need to get a PS4 because Kingdom Hearts.
See, Persona 3 and 4 came out, like, after the PS3 came out, and they both came out on PS2. I mean, Persona 4 came out in 2008. But now that the PS4 is out, they've released Persona 5, but it's on the PS3.
They do that all the time with all sorts of stuff.
Persona 4 was released late into the PS2's life cycle.
Late as in 2 years after the next one had come out, yeah. Or is it 3 years? I don't remember when the PS3 came out. It was 2005 or 2006.
Yeah. It's a long time to make a Persona game. You're doing almost an entire year of like different things and tons of different events and.
Yeah, but it's still only in the same environments, and the weather doesn't change dramatically. It's basically just the same characters in mildly different situations. Like, hey, they're sitting in a restaurant this time, and hey, they're walking down the street outside of said restaurant this time, and that's pretty much it. It's just various scenarios of characters talking to each other.
Yeah, they've also released remakes of Persona 3 and Persona 4 and Persona 4 Arena. That's probably why it's been so late, I guess.
No, Arena was done by someone else, and I don't know what the portable versions were for. The Vita, never gonna Never. No, not going to
happen. So anyway.
So yeah, that's where Sony loses in the portable market, because fucking... Who wants a Vita?
Yeah,
but does anyone want a Vita?
But in the end, their only competition is Nintendo. But I wanted a Vita, but there's nothing on it to play for me at all. I can't. I don't want anything that they have. But I thought long and hard about getting a 3DS, if only so I could play Pokemon, and that's the only reason I'd have had it. So.
There's games on the 3DS now.
But there's nothing I want on 3DS.
Fire Emblem?
I don't care.
Professor Layton?
I don't care.
Pokemon?
That's the only thing I care about.
Yeah.
And that's a holdover from childhood that's just never going to die.
Wait, I said Pokemon. I hate the new version of Pokemon.
Why so?
Baby game. It's a baby game. Baby game.
It is pretty easy.
Yeah, they kind of did make it easier over time. Remember Blue and Red? That shit was hard.
Yeah.
I don't know about hard.
Yeah.
It was tedious.
You know what was hard? Yellow.
What?
Yellow. Because you started with the
Pikachu. You had to start with the Pikachu going to Peter Gym.
Oh, God. And then the only Pokemon you could catch were bird Pokemon,
nothing on the way,
normal types, or bug types.
I had to fucking pick a Nidoran.
Yep,
so I could use double kick and beat the fucking rock Pokemon.
Yeah, I got a Nidoran, and then I evolved into a Nidoking, and that was my starter.
And that was boring.
Yeah.
Fuck Pikachu. See, this is why Pikachu sucks. Like, we needed another reason. See, we ended up talking about Pokemon anyway.
We did.
What was the reason I suggested it in the topics?
We were going to anyway, but...
I guess, yeah. Okay, so, we got anything else to talk about for the console war?
Yeah.
No one actually cares anymore.
It's pointless and stupid. But it's fun to be a part of if you're not taken seriously.
Wii U is going to come from behind and kill everybody.
It probably is, actually. I don't know about kill everyone, but it's going to be better.
It's going to come back.
It's going to be the interesting failure that the Dreamcast was back in the day.
Smash Bros.
Is not going to save it because that's...
Do you know how many
it's
people...
popular, but with the gamer market, and the Nintendo kind of lost the gamer market a little bit.
Do you know how many people bought Wii's just for Smash Bros?
Not as many
Ridiculous.
as bought it just for fucking having the new fad toy that was the Wii.
I bought the Wii because of Smash Brothers.
Yeah, we all play games. It's kind of it's a little bit of his argument, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see what happens, you know? When it gets... The thing with the Wii is it's under-advertised, and although it does have some good games out, it apparently doesn't have enough. There are still people who think that it's just like a add-on to the Wii.
Yep. That's called poor advertising, not under-advertising.
Yeah.
They have marketed it with the wrong name.
They've released advertisements, actually, that say, it's different, people. It's different.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss that apart from working at Kmart.
They might have been better off just calling it the U, the Nintendo U.
Yeah, actually.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that.
It's kind of generic and everything, but hey, it's better than confusing everyone with, why won't this work on my Wii? So this won't work on my Wii, but it has Wii in the name.
Yeah. Poor choice on Nintendo's part. I've mentioned this before, but it is a poor choice. Never mind. It'll suck, and then Nintendo will come out with another console in the future that will be better received, just like the GameCube happened, and then there was the Wii,
because
I guess.
Nintendo is bulletproof.
They're not bulletproof, but they can
have,
regenerate like fucking Wolverine.
They have a crap ton of money to fall back on.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
They can make
money
mistakes.
is Wolverine.
They can make mistakes and pretty much not suffer that many consequences for it.
They own all the IPs that make fortunes, so they don't need to be careful. As long as they make those games, people are going to buy them.
Yeah.
God damn it, Nintendo.
Oh, they've lowered their expectations.
Meanwhile, the Xbox One it has the best games on it that are exclusive.
I don't know.
Dead Rising 3. Compare that to Knack and Killzone.
But, I mean, that's not saying much.
For now.
I mean, they have a handful of games at the moment, so you can't really judge at the moment.
I'm waiting for Infamous and Uncharted to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You want another Uncharted, really?
I like that game for some reason. I enjoy it. It's cinematically beautiful.
I'm pretty sure Naughty Dog moved to another franchise every generation for a reason. I mean, they had Crash on the first generation. They had, what was it, Jack and Daxter in the second. Then they had Uncharted, and I'm wondering what they'll do next. I hope they don't stick with Uncharted, because that'd be boring. I'd rather see them try something new like they always do.
Well, I mean, they did a Crash game when PlayStation 2 first came out. They did some Crash games on PlayStation 2 as well.
Yeah, but then they just fobbed it off on Activision, and they've done it ever since. Yeah. So I'd rather see them move on and do something new and interesting. That's just me. Not that I'm going to get a PS4 anyway, because I don't really care. If I was going to get one, I'd probably rather get the Xbox One, because it has more forthcoming games than I'm interested in. Oh well. That's if I even get an Xbox One. I'm oddly enough leaning towards PC at this point, because fuck it actually has games that are realistic prices rather than being, hey, we're going to charge £50 now because new generation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Prices increases suck.
£50, by the way, is about $75, just for conversion.
Is that $75 for games?
Yep, that's what the national game retailer are in this country.
It's like Canada in prices.
At least it's not Australia in prices.
Oh, yeah. Those poor people.
Yeah, remember when, did you hear about, what was it? Checkpoint or something saying, gift a game to an Aussie day or something? They send an Australian person a game on Steam so they don't have to pay ridiculous prices.
Wait, their Steam prices are insane too?
As far as I'm aware.
Why did Lanky Nathan never tell me this? I feel so terrible now. Damn it. $60 is nothing now. Damn it.
Lanky Nathan's New Zealand, though, isn't he?
Isn't he from Australia?
I don't know. He's somewhere down there. No one elsewhere actually knows the difference.
Yeah.
Because we're all assholes. So I guess that wraps up the console war topic, because none of us really care that much.
Not really.
Not really.
It was just something that we could spend 20 minutes talking about, and pissing off, all sorts of different people.
Yay!
Woo! Okay, next topic. Kenchi posed a question, because we were struggling for topics. This is a theme of this podcast. So, Kenchi, why don't you fire off that question that you had for us?
Okay. If you had one choice, you could only have one. If you could only have one, what Pokemon would you have as a pet? Now, here are the parameters to this. It cannot be fully evolved already. You can evolve it over time, but it has to be like a starter level Pokemon, as in the first evolution.
Okay. Can I ask, what about stone evolutions? Because those don't evolve over time. You have to find the thing.
Well, I guess you're going to have to find a goddamn stone if you want it to evolve.
But they don't exist in this world.
They do exist.
They suddenly exist.
They suddenly exist.
They suddenly do exist. Okay. Fair enough.
And you can buy one.
Okay.
Like in yellow, or blue, or red.
Alright.
Any Pokemon?
They have to be starter level, like their first evolution.
Yeah.
So, starter level, do you mean level 1 or level 5?
No, it just means, just first evolution.
Okay.
Well, I hate to be predictable, but I'd go with Charmander simply because he's so useful.
I knew someone was going to fucking pick Charmander.
I have a better option, but I'm going to hear everyone else's first.
All right.
I wish I could pick Shedinja, but he's not starter level.
You can evolve him. But that'll take a fuck ton of work for you.
If I had Shedinja, then I could just tell people to look into his back and they'd suck out their souls.
Wait, isn't Shedinja the one that evolves into 2 Pokemon, as in it starts as 1 and then it evolves and splits into 2?
I believe so, yeah.
One of the 2 evolutions is Shedinja.
Shedinja and Ninjask, I believe. So you would technically be able to get 2 Pokemon out of that. It's good on a math level, but I don't know whether you'd actually want those 2 Pokemon.
They are.
I'd go with a Ralts, because then you can get you can either get a Gallade or a Gardevoir. And Gallade
Damn it! I changed my choice.
To what?
Gallade, or not a Gallade.
Ralts,
whatever.
Because Ralts is awesome.
It's actually a good shout. I might end up changing. I was gonna say Abra, to be honest with you.
Teleporting would be really useful.
It would. Plus, it's fucking psychic and it evolves into fucking Alakazam, the badass with 2 spoons.
I don't know if that's badass, but okay.
Wait, I would have to trade it to get it to Alakazam.
Yeah, just trade it for 6 seconds. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but if I was to trade it to someone, then they'd say, it's mine now. Shithead. That's what always happened to me when I was a kid. So,
yeah.
Well, fuck that.
That's what happens when you're not strong enough to beat the shit out of the other kid.
Yeah, I did that, and then I got 2 Game Boys in 2 different versions of the same generation game. So I just picked it myself and cut out the middleman. Or cut out the second party that will fuck you.
I can't decide. I might go with Ralts as well.
Can they fly?
But on the condition that it's a female Ralts.
Yeah. you get to flip a coin. Either evolution is awesome.
Let's see. I want.
Because Gardevoir is freaking awesome. Because if you're in danger, Gardevoir will sacrifice its life to basically create a black hole. To protect you.
Yeah. Does that actually kill the Pokemon in the games? Or just knock it unconscious?
I don't know.
I'm just going to look something up real quick.
It's his Pokedex entry.
Then again, I'm a man, and I don't need a Pokemon to fight my battles for me. I want a buddy. I'm picking Machop.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah, you're going Machop.
Yeah.
He will lift things for me.
Ooh, or Hitmonlee.
And wrestle with me.
Okay, yeah, that's
He'll hurt me badly.
Well, if you got a Pichu and evolved it through friendship, then you could get a Pikachu that could electrocute people like a taser.
Nobody wants Pikachu.
Yeah, but then you could you'd be the envy of everybody who does, even though you don't want.
Yeah, I'd be pretty jealous.
I don't want a Pikachu, okay?
I don't want a Pikachu.
I want a Raichu, but me having a Pikachu for any length of time would make me hate it and outweigh how much I would end up loving my Raichu.
Oh, you know what I want? Honedge.
Honedge the sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
A floating ghost sword.
I don't know how useful that would be in everyday life, but okay, sure.
Yeah, if you actually hold the sword, I'm pretty sure in the Pokedex it says if you hold the sword, then it'll eat your soul or something.
Only if it wraps its sash around you.
Oh, okay.
What would you do with this?
Well, would it bleed if you cut that off?
Well, let's see. With Honedge, if you need something cut, say you're a lumberjack or you're working in the kitchen and you need to cut some vegetables, you're just Honedge, can you cut that for me? And he's
okay, I'm just going to point out that you don't use a sword to cut down a tree.
You do if that sword is the size of a human being.
Yeah.
You don't use a sword to cut down a tree. There is a specific reason that axes are used. I don't know what it is, but there is a reason.
Weight distribution, I believe.
Probably.
It's a ghost sword. It doesn't matter. There is no way to fusion.
So you're gonna abuse your ghost sword Pokemon cutting down a tree.
It's not abusing, it's training.
It's going to be your cut slave? Or HM slave, or whatever it's called.
Oh, God.
Only move is cut.
No, it'd no slash. It would, Fury Swipes, maybe.
No, it wouldn't. Because King of Zero's apparently only use for having this thing is to cut his vegetables and shrubbery. So therefore would only know cut. And he would go to great lengths to make sure that it only knew cut.
That's
And
great.
if anybody was if anybody invaded my home, he'd be a very useful protector. Slice them in half.
Then you'd have to clean up the bodies. Do you have any idea how long that would take?
I want a Magikarp.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
So how exactly are you planning on leveling up this Magikarp? I mean, you can't exactly do the, switch trick.
Have it cut down trees.
I'll fight that.
Oh, God. King of Zero just went about doing a fucking Monty Python joke, but through other means, didn't he? I want you to cut down this tree with a herring.
Well, the easiest way to train a Magikarp would be just throw in smaller fish, and then it eats it.
Yeah, that was my first idea. My second idea is I would start Pokemon battles and then fight them myself. I would start Pokemon battles with super weak baby Pokemon, and the trainer would think, okay, it's a Magikarp, and then I'll switch myself in.
And you just punch the Magikarp. You're like, there, that's training.
But then when it turned into Gyarados, if I did that, it would eat me.
Yeah,
Probably. There's a good chance of that.
Still, though, I'm good with Ralts.
I'm going to flip a coin. Okay.
I'd only go with Ralts if it would be able to fly with, telekinetic power or whatever.
Golurk. Or the Golett Evolve form. You know what that Pokemon
is? Okay, the ghost... it flies. Yeah, I know that Pokemon's true because of Pokemon Raw,
its lower body goes into itself and it starts shooting rockets out of its torso.
It has rocket feet,
It has rockets when it flies.
Okay, I need to link to that because that sounds awesome.
It's a ghost robot that flies with rockets.
Okay, I flipped the coin. Heads, I'm getting Gardevoir. So, yay. I guess.
So I'd either go with a Ralts, a Honedge, or a frickin' Golett that evolves into Golurk, which is a flying ghost robot with rockets.
He is really holding on to this fucking Honedge thing.
I told you what he's going to do with it. It's going to be his HM slave, and the only thing he's going to teach it is cut. That's it.
It's not useful until it evolves into Aegislash.
And then it's useful
for
one
shield,
thing.
right? Yeah.
Well,
Well, then he will get it to learn Protect, I guess.
No, it automatically learns, what was it, King Shield or whatever? It automatically learns a sort of Protect move when it levels up to that. Which allows it to switch through modes. So Shield mode and, attack mode.
I get a Rattata.
Then it can turn into Shield mode and then we could go, snow sledding.
Just make sure it doesn't wrap that thing around you, then, yeah.
It probably will by the time I'm done with it.
That's horrible. It sounds like you're going to sexually abuse it.
No. But I've seen, I once thought of an idea for a Pokemon fic where, maybe a final type fight, and it's you're too weak, your Pokemon are too weak, and the guy's like, oh yeah, well I've still got my frickin' Aegislash, so he wields and the Aegislash wraps around him. He's like, I'm going to die if I use this, but I have to use this.
Okay.
It would make for an epic scene of a Pokemon trainer wielding Aegislash to basically take down the final enemy at the cost of his own life.
Okay. So that pretty much answers that question. Slicer picked... I forget.
Ralts or Charmander?
Okay. Kenchi picked.
I'd either pick him a Chopper or Hitmonlee because stereotype.
Hitmonlee, not Hitmonchan?
No, Hitmonlee.
Oh, Hitmontop?
Hitmonlee is cooler than both of them. To me.
I don't know, I think I prefer Hitmontop. That's just me.
Of course you do.
And I picked Ralts or
and
Ponedge or Golett, which evolves into Golurk, which is a giant flying ghost robot.
yeah.
Still, you can go to Japan and, fight kaiju.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, and I picked a Ralts as well, a female Ralts.
I'm good with either. Male Ralts is awesome. Female Ralts is, female. Gallade or Gardevoir, both are pretty good.
Wow, you guys really thought outside the box on this one. Okay, ignoring the fact that you all picked the same Pokemon, if you didn't pick a Ralts, what would you pick?
Abra.
Yeah, that's I like that. Slicer.
Once again, Golett.
Something useful. So anything that knows teleport.
It's like, okay, fine. If that's how you're going to be, I'm giving you a Clefairy.
Right. I'm sure Metronome will be useful sometimes.
I'm pretty sure it would be too.
Until it uses Explosion, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Really, though, if you absolutely had, you have to really narrow it down by generation. Because each generation has its really good Pokemon, and each generation has its...
Okay, we could do that.
All right, fine.
Okay,
let's
say the first 151 Pokemon.
First one.
No legendaries. No legendaries.
Okay, so I can't pick Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a sec.
50.
I pick Andromon.
You dickhead.
I watched
My
Digimon and
Dratini.
Pokemon at the same time, okay? They all blend together.
Yeah.
Dratini technically isn't legendary, so...
I want a Ghastly. Because I'm a douche.
Ghastly would be a good shout, except its strength against psychic types is weakened by its poison type.
I know.
Alright.
In the first 151, the only ghost Pokemon in the game were also poison types, so they were completely useless against psychic types, which was their only use.
Ouch.
Yeah, because... Okay. My attempt to be a douche apparently failed, so I'm going to pick an Onyx.
Ooh.
Onyx might be a good shout.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to find a steel coat for it. I mean, just because it's from the first 151 doesn't mean it can't evolve into something else.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Onyx.
Magnemite. It beats almost everything.
Mm.
It is literally resistant to almost everything.
If that goes near your computer, though, your computer's fried, and I'd probably slice it in half somehow. Just hit it repeatedly with an axe.
I had not thought this through enough.
That goes through anything in your house electronic that's useful. You're fucked. You'll have a Magnemite at the cost of living in the Stone Age.
Scyther.
I need to think about this more.
Yes, we're not living in Pokemon times where everything's cool. We're trying to adapt this shit for regular living.
I'd either choose Scyther or Ditto.
Oh, Ditto.
Ditto is so cheating, though. I mean,
Ditto is
that's
so
anything.
useful.
No one's going to pick Porygon?
No one's going to pick
no,
Porygon.
I'm good.
It's like a
I don't
computer
want a
virus.
seizure.
Okay, I'm gonna find a fucking list of all the Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
looking
need
at
a
right
list? You need a list?
I don't need a list, but I'm not gonna think through
Yeah,
all
I
of the
know.
different fucking numbers.
It's good to see your options on screen better.
You guys just made me sad inside.
I have them all
Just need to
memorized.
dredge up
It's
Pokemon Wrap.
been
There
a
you go.
while. It's been a while. I need to remember which ones are first 151 and which ones are second gen.
I met a Russian kid that knew the whole Pokérap. All of 151 that they would use. And it was
They made
well,
a
that's
they made a
impressive.
Pokérap with every single Pokemon.
Learning
That's
that
it.
would be impressive.
They with literally College Humor did it.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and it's basically you're staying and doing this until you've done them all. Is the joke?
Yeah.
And it's the guy saying, "Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon." And he's threatening him with song, and he's like, "Can I get a glass of water or something?"
Yeah.
For the Animaniacs.
I've got to go home to my kids.
That sounds amazing.
We've locked the door. Stay until you finish Pokemon. Oh, okay.
What
I'm going to
Ponyta?
Cerebi.
Anyone want Ponyta?
Ponyta?
Welcome to a Rapidash. You
Not
get a
really.
flaming horse. You can't really ride it because then you'd catch on fire, but still.
Well,
I don't know how they do it in the anime, but
It'd be fine.
Burn your ball sack off. You can put a saddle on it. You can put a saddle on it. A
But yeah,
Singed leather does not smell good, though.
what about Psyduck? Anybody Psyduck?
God, no.
You know what would be good one? Diglett. Then you can
I
find
don't know
out
about
what
how
it really
Diglett
looks
is
like.
incredibly disturbing. I'm not going to... no.
Or Jiggly.
Oh, you would choose a Diglett just to troll people with it.
Diglett dig. No one finished it. That's...
I'm not gonna.
I hate all you people.
We're not.
I don't know what are you talking about?
The Diglett thing that they do in the episode.
Okay, fine. Do it.
No,
I'll
what's
do it.
Diglett dig.
Trio.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I needed to do that. I don't know why.
Trio.
Yeah.
Wait, weren't a Jigglypuff. Sings and puts people to sleep.
I used to do an amazing impression of a Jigglypuff before my voice broke.
Yeah, I'd get a Jigglypuff. I had narcolepsy. I don't, so I don't need one.
You know what? Farfetch'd. Screw it. Farfetch'd.
The fucking leak? Really?
It's like a sword.
It's a leak.
It's a sword.
What's with you and cutting? What's with the cutting shit?
You know, just because I have like 4 swords in my room doesn't mean that, you know, I'm obsessed with swords.
Yes, it does. You mean that and the fact that cutting things constantly came up today over the last 5 minutes?
Or the fact that I have a master sword in my room.
I do too.
It's great.
Mm.
I also have a set of katanas. Whether it's a katana or Hilashitanto, yeah.
I have a broad.
Okay.
I have a broadsword and a bakken.
I have nothing because I can't get any because there are banned weapons in this country.
Yeah.
America.
Funny.
Merc.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with Abra for my choice.
Scyther.
Good shout.
I'm switching.
I'm still
to
going to the rolls.
Switching to Mankey.
You can't pick Ralts because it's not first gen. We're doing the first gen.
And we're gonna do the second, and then the third.
Yeah. I'm up for that, yeah.
No, I don't want
gen.
to. Though.
My first gen.
Scyther has blades for hands. Just use Scyther.
How you gonna hug it?
Actually, just pick Charmander like you wanted to in the first place.
Sure, why not? That
Yeah.
works. Then I can fly. Who needs teleport when you can fly? Probably gonna get shot down.
Yeah, Scyther
but-
can fly too.
No, it can't.
No, it can't.
Can. I believe in it.
Immediately shot down.
I believe it can. It has
Both
wings
figuratively
to be able
and
to fly.
literally, it's immediately shot down. But Tish.
It
Yeah.
should- I saw one video where, or not one video, it was a comic, and it showed like Ash on a Scyther, and he's like, "Come on, fly!" And it's like, I can't do that. And then you see Gary, and he's on like a Pidgey, and he's standing on it with 1 foot because it's just so small, and he's just like controlled.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
My first gen is Onyx. Onyx, last choice for first gen.
Scyther.
Yeah, we've done this. Abra.
Yeah. All right. Next gen.
And Charmander. Okay, second gen.
Hmm.
Does anyone want to link to the lists?
Yes,
I don't need it.
I do.
Okay. There's the Cerebi page for the first set of Pokedex.
Writing a Pokemon fic,
And
shit
that-
is in my head.
Yeah.
I could
the
do,
drop-down
I could
menus
do
have a-
Scissor, the evolved form from Scyther.
You don't really need
No,
to do
because
that
it's
since you already
evolved.
have a Scyther. You don't really need
Yeah.
to pick a Scizor.
It's also evolved, so you can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
We can't have evolved Pokemon, remember?
Yeah.
It's the rules.
Self-imposed rules. Maybe a Wobbuffet.
That's actually a very interesting idea.
It is, kind of, yeah.
Anybody tries to like mess with you or hit you, Wobbuffet goes in front of you and it hits them back. If you're gonna fall, use Wobbuffet as like a shield, and then he'll counter against the ground, and then you'll like bounce.
Okay, I think I'm going to go with... Oh, what was it? I've forgotten now already. Shit. Heracross. That was it.
Good choice.
Big
Pseudo
tanky
Widow, though,
motherfucker.
maybe. Pseudo Widow.
Sudowoodo?
It's a tree.
The rock tree?
It's a tree.
It's a rock tree.
It's a rock tree. You could troll so many people with that.
Does that count as evolved? Because it has a baby Pokemon.
Yeah, but that doesn't come till later.
It counts for this. It's okay. You can use it.
Okay.
I might as
Now
well
that
just
the
go with
authority has
Cyndaquil.
told us we can use it,
Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is my favorite.
Everyone
I'm
loves
going to go with
Cyndaquil.
Milk Tank just because it'd be really useful. And milk is god-awful expensive. Like $5 a gallon. It's ridiculous.
All right. I'm getting. I'm confused. I'm gonna it's a cross up. I want either a Mareep or a Natu.
Oh, Mareep is a good shout.
Or a Larvitar.
Nah, I don't want a Larvitar.
That's a lot of work to get it anywhere decent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm final answer Mareep. Mareep. Yeah.
Good shout. I'll give you that one. It's a better choice than I had. We're going to end up with a full team of 6, by the way. You realize that.
Yeah.
So you might want to think about type balance.
No.
Screw that.
I never
I've got
worry
a bug
about
type
that.
and a fire type right now.
We're doing gym leader style. Every 6 Pokemon of one type. Do it. All right. That's it.
Gen 3.
Right then. Is where it's like
I got one
tougher for
Gen
me.
3 already. Poochyena.
Ralts.
Oh yeah, Rolls, but I'm not getting a Rolls because I've got an Abra.
Wait, Ralts is Gen 3?
Rolls
Yeah.
is Gen 3.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, Ralts then. Yay.
I'm pretty sure Gallade is in fact a Gen 4, but since we're picking the first Pokemon anyway.
Okay.
Doesn't matter,
Two
yeah.
choices.
Yeah.
I'd either pick an Absol because it's fucking awesome, or I'd pick a Skitty because it's fucking adorable.
Oh. Oh, this is tricky. I could pick a Trapinch for eventually getting a Flygon, or I could pick a Trico because I really like Trico and it's badass.
Or Tropius, because it grows bananas on its neck.
Oh, should I switch? No.
It grows fruit on its neck.
I know. But won't it hurt me for taking it? Won't taking fruit hurt it or piss it
No.
off?
No.
Oh, that's right. Children enjoy it. I remember the Pokedex entry. Children
Yeah.
enjoy eating fruit from Tropius' neck.
It's useful. You'll never die of hunger. Case you
Or I
get
could
a
get
Tropius.
Seeded. I could get a Seeded that evolves into a Shiftry, which is really badass.
What about Matang?
But dang.
That's a lot of work.
Not Matang, Beldum.
That's a lot of work.
I've already got a tank anyway with Heracross, so...
I'm going to go with Ralts, though, probably. Because then that brings in the Psychic type, which covers the Bug type and Fire type.
I'm going to go with Trico.
You and your foresight. Whatever. I'll be a gym leader. Just a bunch of useless ones. Don't match.
I think like there's a thing that might be going around that maybe the gym leaders Pokemon that they get aren't their own. Like that's what happens. They're given Pokemon to use.
Mm-hmm. That's their test trainer team.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going 4th gen now.
4th gen. I'm going to send a link to the 4th gen Pokedex.
Don't need it.
I know you don't need it, but Slicer apparently does.
I do.
I don't know the 4th gen very well either.
All right.
4th gen has a lot
I
of
think-
weird Pokemon.
I didn't get that
This is,
far
where
forth.
this is where it starts falling off the rails as far as the
Yeah.
ones they came up with.
Like freaking Per Ugly.
Bidoof is badass if you get a moody Bidoof. Bidoof.
Bidoof.
Bidoof.
That's the only reason I said that name.
Right.
Shoutout is
People
pretty
do
freaking
this.
awesome. Shoutout can be freaking ridiculous. Oh, Riolo. There we go.
Riolu. The fighting type that does aura and stuff.
turns into Lucario.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, there it is. I see it.
Scorpy.
What's that? I don't know.
Turns into Drapion.
What's that? I don't know. I don't know 4th gen at all.
It's a gigantic, big-ass, dark poison Pokemon.
Okay.
And it's brutally violent looking.
I always make sure to take a Lucario with me through every single game ever since he's been introduced.
Of course you do.
Because Lucario's awesome.
Well, there's only one choice for this gen, Baneri. Because bunny girls. I mean, what's...
No,
I
already picked the cute... I already picked the stereotypically cute Pokemon last series. I have a Skitty already.
Snova.
I've got a Ralts already. I don't need much else.
Snova. I'm not familiar with that one.
It turns into a bomber snow. Giant fucking Yeti thing.
Snover.
Goddamn Generation 5. Ugh.
I'm just looking at the Pokedex entry for Lopunny right now. The ears appear to be delicate. If they are touched roughly, it kicks with its graceful legs.
Ow. Wouldn't exactly call those graceful, but okay.
Don't try to pet it.
Damn it, these suck.
Yeah.
Gen 5 kind of sucks, yeah.
These suck so hard. And there's so many of them compared to the others.
There is literally a lawnmower and a fan and a fridge.
It's all one Pokemon, too.
Rotom. It changes forms, I guess.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Rotom's actually very useful.
You know, in Blaze Black, there's actually an end fight where you have to fight all 6 different forms of Rotom.
Huh.
Yeah, it's actually kind of brutal, because they're all ghost type, and thus normal moves don't work, and they have all sorts of ridiculous bullshit moves and shit, so...
If we could choose legendaries, I'd probably choose Darkrai or Arceus, but...
I was just going to say Arceus. Yeah, that's in Gen 5.
Because it is the god Pokemon.
God, these suck so hard. I don't want any of these. Can I go back
They
and
really
pick for
do.
another generation?
You want to just take a pass and then pick 2 in the next gen?
Yeah, I don't know if that gets any better.
Or just pick another one from the past gens, I guess.
God, or we could just abandon that, just take a wash on that one altogether. Fuck that generation. They all suck.
The only one I see that I would want would be number 648, Meloetta.
I was about to say, you're probably going to pick that one.
Meloetta, yeah. Meloetta's pretty awesome. I'd get a Meloetta. What type is it, actually? I forget.
I have no idea.
If I had to pick one, I'd get an Axew, if only because I need a dragon. Because everyone else has one.
She just reminds me of Midna, so there you go. That's my only reason.
Oh, yeah. I'd have to go with Meloetta, too.
I guess... Damn it, I can't think of anything good.
Wait, which gen are we on now?
We're on 5. They all suck. So I basically just picked the least evil one I could find.
Gen 5, I pick, frickin'... They already picked Riolu. That was Gen 5, right?
Yeah. No, Riolu's Gen 4.
Alright, so, frickin' Gen 5. Alright. So, probably Meloetta. Meloetta's new. She's Gen 6. Oh.
I picked Timpole to get a Seismitoad.
Tinpole? Never... How do you spell that?
It's groundwater. It's a big frog thing.
Anybody want to choose a Trubbish?
No, I'm good.
Dead silence. In fact, why didn't I just link this one? It's got all 6 gens in it.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. There you go. That's got all of them. So...
And number 6.
Are we on to Gen 6 now, or...?
Yeah. I'm gonna pick a Tynamo for Gen 5 because it turns into Electros, which is it's an electric Pokemon with Levitate, so it has no weaknesses.
It's pretty cool. Froakie for Gen 6, definitely.
Damn it! Fuck.
Yeah.
Can't pick
I knew somebody was
Honedge.
going to select it, so I had to act quick.
You never talk first. Ever. Well, fine. Since you picked Froakie, I guess I gotta go with...
I forgot what I picked for Gen 4.
I guess if you're going to fucking pick him, I gotta troll and pick a fairy.
I already have a Ralts, which turns into Gardevoir, which is a Psychic Fairy type. Boom.
How long have we been talking about Pokemon?
Too
A little
long.
while.
Oh, wow.
It's been like an hour
No,
and a half.
Hang on, I'm just going to check my recording time. Yeah, it's been a while. We're almost done anyway.
Fine. Generation 6 Litleo.
Generation 6, I am going to go with Honedge.
Generation 6, I'm going to go with... Oh, what was the name of that fucking... There it is, Fletchling. The Firebird.
I've got two technically steel types, but one's part ghost and one's part, fighting. And I do have a fire type and a psychic type to cover them, so.
Fucking took my Froakie.
It's a ninja frog. What's not to like about it?
God damn it, this is my topic. I started this barbecue trip.
Too bad.
You know what, I'm probably going to have to cut this out and make it its own audio file. It's been going on for so long.
Okay with me.
It's going to be its own,
bonus.
Just put
special
put on
bonus
the Blogspot
podcast.
page. We try to look for what Pokemon we have. Oh.
Or what we'd like or something. I've completely forgotten what I chose, but I could get a list together.
Mm. Yeah. I don't even remember what I picked for Gen 5 either.
Let's see, I got Onyx. What did I get for Generation 2? Oh, Flappy, or a Mareep. Generation 3, I got what was it? Oh, Skitty. Generation 4.
Oh, Ralts, Lucario, or Riolu.
Generation 4, I got a Scorpy. 5, I probably dialed 5 in because they all suck.
Yeah.
I think it was an Axew.
Yeah, it was.
And 6, I got Litleo.
Okay. I got Abra, Heracross, Trico, Snova, Timpole, and Fletchling. I got good type balance on this team.
I didn't. I didn't even play to my favorite type because there's not even any fighting Pokemon on this team.
I went with Scyther, Cyndaquil, Ralts, Riolu, Dynamo, and Honedge.
I'm not looking all that stuff up.
Dynamo turns into a electric eel that floats and has a levitate ability, so it has no weakness to ground.
Psychic, Bug, Grass, Ice, Water, Ground, and Fire Flying. That's some type spread there.
Bug that can turn to Steel. Fire, Psychic Fairy, Steel Fighting, Steel, Ghost, and Electric. I like my Steel types.
Steel types are cool.
They've gotten better.
They're immune to poison. Yeah, they're immune to poison. That's great. It's very valuable.
When it was originally just frickin' Steelix and Scythe and Scizor, Scizor. I don't know anybody who picked Steelix.
Yeah, I mean, it was never really that interesting, but Scizor was really cool.
Yeah, now you've got
Pokemon.
Yeah, now you've got other Steel Pokemon too. You've got frickin' Pawniard,
Magnemite,
which turns Magnemite. But Pawniard turns into
Magnemite would fuck my electronics up.
You got Pawniard that turns into a Bisharp, and it's basically a warrior made of blades.
Yeah, steel fighting, if memory serves. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just wish they went a bit further with the chess thing.
Yeah,
so
it was
could have
like
gone with
a king thing.
A rook.
They could have
not a king, a rook. Or a knight, maybe.
They could have made that a Mega Evolution. Could have.
They could have. No, because then it'd just be Mega Bishop or something. because that's the naming scheme, apparently.
Yeah, Mega
It's like
Charizard.
saying, hey, we ran out of ideas.
Mega Charizard X. Pokemon and Digimon have officially fused with Mega Evolution, is what I think.
When do you think we'll get a crossover?
As soon as somebody writes one.
Fucking Agumon and... Agumon's the one that kind of looks like a Charmander, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little lizard.
Yeah.
Orange dinosaur.
Fucking duke it out and shit.
Scissor, Mega Digivolve 2. Mega
I don't know.
Scissor.
Something more badass.
Scissormon.
Scissor.
Scissormon.
Yeah, basically just knife mon. Knife hands mon.
Its hands, which are claws, can be replaced with giant knives.
Edward Mon. Edward Scissorhands. No one get it?
Yeah, I got
No.
that.
God, I'm late. Let's just...
Let's move on.
I'm giving a big arm waving like fucking no, let's end it, cut it, slash in the throat,
Okay.
end it, cut, done.
Cut.
Right,
Right.
moving on. Next topic. What the fuck is the next topic? Merch. Merch is the next topic. What is the stupidest piece of merchandise you have ever bought?
Stupidest piece of merchandise. Stupidest.
Based on a fandom, we'll call it that.
For a time, I saw kids walking around my high school with Naruto headbands on. That was weird.
Ooh.
I was stupid. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? They were all emo kids, too. I was like, really?
What?
Yeah.
That's strange.
The only real merch I've ever bought from a fandom would be my Master Sword. And that was worth it.
It was.
It's sharp. It's so freaking sharp. You can stab
I should
somebody
probably
with
get
that.
around to sharpening mine. Just, reasons.
In case you need it.
Just cut to a flash animation of me and Slicer just sharpening our Master Swords.
After all, it's dangerous to go alone.
Take
Yeah.
this. Oh man,
Yeah,
now I'm thinking of...
That made that joke.
Now I'm thinking of... actually, I want to bring up something. You guys know Ego Raptor? You know...
Yeah.
He made an album with...
Yeah.
Star Bomb, right? And it's highly inappropriate. It's funny though. This one song, it says it's dangerous to go alone. Take this, and it's not one of the better songs, but basically it's the old man like whipping out his penis, which is painted like a sword, and he's like, "Hey, that's not a sword. That's your dick in disguise." He's like, "Yes, I can't lie. I have painted my swing." It's just, and this old man's like chasing Link around, and he's like, "Here, take this. It's dangerous to go alone."
Okay.
It's funny. It's also disgusting and mildly disturbing.
Funny-ish. Okay.
So I can't take that line seriously now anymore. Having heard that song, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It automatically invokes a terrible image in my mind.
Okay. So merch.
I have a Two Best Friends poster, which is annoying because that's not the poster I ordered. I got the wrong one.
Okay.
I wanted the Shitstorm one, but I got the whatever the other one is called they had. That was annoying.
Okay. I've only bought a few things that are like official merchandise or even unofficial merchandise for like fandoms and stuff. Off the top of my head, I bought the Cordrell necklace from Gurren Lagann. Tiny little metal pendant.
That's
in
pretty
the shape
awesome.
of a drill. Like the key for the Lagann head thing.
Mhm.
Pretty cool. I had to buy like 3 of them because they keep rusting and getting all gross.
Maybe you should
I'm not
clean
kidding.
them with oil.
Whatever. They're like a $5, so
Oh.
whatever. And I also bought a working Full Metal Alchemist pocket watch.
Ooh.
It's kind of awesome. There's like an expensive version that's made of silver and stuff, but I got the cheapo version. It's made of like plastic.
That sounds kind of worth it.
You know what?
It is kind of cool, and I used to wear it, but I
wanted to buy
have
that
a phone
and
now.
wear it because with my normal attire, it would go perfectly.
Mm.
I wear sweater vests and shit, and that will be just pimping.
Yeah. It's a nice pocket watch, actually. Just pull it out. Actually, I could probably take a photo of it for the link dump if you want. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have anything.
I'm going to have a hell of a lot more because I'm saving up for the convention in June. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I wish there were more decent conventions in this country. There's like a couple. I think we have a Comic-Con maybe.
You guys have a few, but none that none that I can think of.
Mm.
I think TrotCon, that's a brony one.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's a good shout.
You heard you scoff.
Yeah, I know.
Wide.
Yeah. Okay. That was merch, I guess. Have we actually got anything to say for that other than that?
Not really. Just saying what we have.
Okay. I guess we'll move on to... Actually, we're running out of topics. We're almost done. So I guess I'll leave that Pokemon stuff in there, because, fuck it fills up time.
We'd have like 15 minutes of podcast if you cut that out.
Granted, yeah.
We'll get more,
right.
but, not a lot.
Alright. So, next topic is Johnny Question. His question. Because he always leaves questions. I like that guy. He's a nice guy. From what little I've actually, heard from him. What was his question? Anyone actually got the page up because I've forgotten what it was.
If any fictional character could be your friend on any level from best to casual to inseparable, who would it be? No love interest. We agreed on that earlier. No love interests.
It becomes an entirely too easy question if you pick love interests. So, well, not easy, but you get spoiled for choice, I guess.
Kamina. I'm going to choose the easy answer here.
I don't know. I don't know whether I could deal with him in any regular doses.
Maybe just acquaintance then. Yeah, you're right. That would get
he's
much.
pretty intense most of the time. So
Sanji. From One Piece.
From One Piece? The chef?
Yeah, Sanji.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty cool, actually.
He's about everything that I'm about, except the cigarettes, and that's tolerable.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of...
that girl from Wakamoto. Just best friends with her. That'd be awesome.
So is it just anime, or...?
It can be anything.
I guess, sure.
I'd probably go with Sanji as well, just for the sake of, he makes good food, and I would have regular access to it if I'm his best friend, I guess.
He makes good food. He could kick my ass, and also he likes women, and he's fairly good looking, so he could probably get them, and I could be around him.
He would be like the ultimate wingman.
No, I'd be his ultimate wingman. I'm not even going to go out on a limb and say that I'd be better than he is at getting women.
Sanji wouldn't need a fucking wingman, okay?
Well, I could get the side cast. You can't have them all, okay? And I'm not picky. I've said this before. I'm certain I have.
Okay. Yeah, I'd go with Sanji as well, I guess.
Yeah, you see? I have good ideas.
You do.
Me, I'd probably go with... I'm kind of on the fence here because I kind of want to say Gasai.
Oh, God. Would you be the object of her yandere?
You don't want her as an enemy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gasai, by the way, in case you don't know, is the yandere from Future Diary. She kills everybody.
Even the object of her affection, technically.
Technically, yeah.
Item Storm.
Other than that, probably, you know what, Broly.
What?
I want Broly as a best friend.
Broly doesn't have friends.
That's why I'd
even if he did, he would get pissed off so easily that you'd just end up dead anyway.
I would just never mention carrots around him, and never stutter to say Kakarot.
Okay.
So what would you be? Broly's hype man?
Would be
Basically.
That'd be great.
Broly doesn't need a hype man.
But at the same time, you're friends with Broly, you can't lose at life.
But you couldn't really have anything either because he destroys everything.
Yeah, first time you complain about your job, the entire place is going to explode. Like, the building is just vaporized. Which is cool, but I don't know how well that would work out for long term.
Okay, so, is that everyone? Is everyone answered? Fucking Broly.
Pretty much. Like, I wanted to try, but I couldn't pick anyone from the Naruto universe because they all have something that's fundamentally wrong with them. Such a degree that you can't pick them. Yeah. Either that or they suck. As friends. None of them are good friends.
Not really.
Yeah.
No. I guess Shikamaru and Shoji are. That's it, though. That's all off screen.
I mean, what benefits do they have? As a friend to you, what benefit would any of them have as a friend to you? Or anything.
Shikamaru wouldn't do anything, he wouldn't hang out with you because it'd be too troublesome. Choji would be fucking eating all your food.
That, and he's so indecisive, like, you would have nothing, like, you would have to make all the decisions and everything.
I guess you'd look better by comparison if you hung out with him.
I don't need that kind of a friend. I want an equal as a friend.
Yeah, that'd be
We sound like horrible people. I'm just going to say that by this conversation, we sound like horrible people.
Well, we are judging people by their value as a friend, so yeah, there's really no way to go about that without sounding like a person that, I don't know, not a nice person.
Alright. I guess that's that.
I'm not a nice person.
Topic done, I guess.
I've never said I was.
I think you did say you were at one point.
I said I'm a decent person, didn't say I was a nice person. There's a difference.
And I pretty much have unilaterally declared that I am a horrible person and an asshole. So, that being said, moving on to the next topic, which is our final topic, as always, recommendations.
Oh, hell.
Anyone actually got any prepared?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah? Alright, Kenchi, you want to go?
Okay, mine is called The Key to a Successful Interview by this writer named The Sage of Toads. And it's a Ranma fic, and it's basically the beginning gist of it is, let's see, the beginning of it was basically Ranma didn't have such a bad first impression at the Tendo's house, so the whole
dynamic
thing, the whole fiancé dynamic thing wasn't so, let's see, antagonistic in the beginning. But it's not an easy fix by any means, and also the way the Sage of Toads writes is hilarious to me. So it's worth looking up if you know anything about that universe.
If you don't know anything about that universe?
If you do. Or
no, I mean, I'm asking, if you don't know anything about that universe, is it still worth looking at?
I mean, yeah, if you have at least a glancing knowledge of basically what it's about, what the series is about, it's worth looking at.
Okay.
That's my choice.
Anyone else have anything?
I have one. So. I got a Fate Stay Night fic. It's Nerve Damage. It's basically the main character just starts with a hell of a lot more mana at his disposal. So he calls 4 of his servant instead of 1, completely unbalancing the war. And so the Grail, the thing that in charge of the summoning, it's a little pissed at that. So it makes all the other masters can also summon more servants, and there's like 3 new masters. And one of them has Jack the Ripper and Napoleon Bonaparte.
That's awesome.
That's kind of awesome.
Napoleon Bonaparte, he gets into an argument with Gilgamesh, which is like this really arrogant guy, and it's just amazing to read. It's awesome. I fully recommend it. Even if you don't read Fate's Day, just do it.
Okay. I was actually going to ask you if you've got any recommendations for Fate's Day Night Fix that I could get into where I could, I don't know, maybe learn the fandom a little better, rather than... I don't really want to look at the source material at this point. It doesn't appeal as much as I thought it might.
Yeah, I can understand that, yeah. I've read too many fics that are fix that I don't think I could read the canon.
Okay. So, that's a good shout for getting into the fandom, I guess?
I don't know about that. I've learned enough. I can't really recommend any fix to really get into the fandom. You just need to read a bunch of stuff and then reread it later to understand it. You'll learn stuff over time. Okay.
Zero, you got anything? Or shall I go?
I got nothing this week.
I can make up for his, I guess.
If you're on the game all week.
All right.
There's somebody wrote a fic based off of a similar concept as Nerve Damage called Circuit Network. It's not very well written, and the grammar is terrible, but it's a long fic, so it's a time waster.
Okay. If you have nothing better to do, then you can read that one if
there
you
like.
There you go. Alright. My recommendation is Echoes of the Fallen. It's from the same writer as the one that wrote NBH. It is an entirely different fic in content and execution. It is a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fic, based on the Halloween concept. Xander dresses up as Magneto. And if you are familiar with the Halloween episode, all of the characters get the memories of the characters that they were. Now, for those that are familiar with Magneto's backstory, he was...
okay. Alright, that just hit me. Go ahead. Sorry.
He was incarcerated in Auschwitz and was one of the Sonderkommando, which is, I pronounced that Japanese rather than German, whoops, which were those incarcerated who would be enlisted by the guards to deal with the corpses of their fellow inmates.
Ooh.
By deal with corpses, I mean, I believe shovel them into furnaces and such things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dark.
17-year-old boy gets saddled with the memories of a, I think, what was Magneto, like 60 or something? By
something
canon
like that,
standards.
yeah, he's pretty old.
Yeah, an old man who has some really terrible, terrible history in his mind. And, yeah, it's not a happy fic by any stretch of the imagination.
Why would you recommend it then?
Because it's very, very well written, and I enjoyed it very much when I read it a long time ago. And seeing that NVH was written by the same guy was actually kind of surprising to me, in a sense, even though it's also kind of depressing, but not on the same level.
No.
No, it's not. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one if you're a fan of the Buffy universe fandom. It's a good read.
Oh, speaking of depressing stuff, there was some dude, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he wanted me to read like this Naruto story called Ouroboros.
Okay.
I think I've read that.
That story's depressing, dude. Like, even when he wins, even when he supposedly succeeds at something, Naruto in that story, it's still depressing. There's never any actual... It doesn't ever seem like... Even when he gains ground, it's always like some kind of... You win this, but you lose this kind of thing.
Fits the title then, I suppose.
It's kind of good, though, but damn. Don't read it if you want to be in a good mood afterwards.
So yeah, that's...
I don't read fan fiction to be depressed. Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense.
I read fan fiction to read good stories.
I read it to be
pretty much the end of it.
To be entertained, and whether I'm depressed or not at the end of it's really irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this week's episode of the Fandom Flux podcast. Thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast, episode 19. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the Box Art page, the comments, or you can do so through our own personal profiles on fanfiction.net, which I link to every week on the cast list. Once again, thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast, episode 19. Bye now.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.